All right. The Xfinity race was a little bit more interesting, I think, than the truck race. I mean, I posted about that. I was like, the drivers who got at the front, Allmendinger, Van Gisbergen, Gibbs, Larson, like that's gonna be a pretty wild, lineup. Those are gonna be really good drivers going for the win in that race, and that's pretty much what it was. First stage, you had Shane Van Gisbergen, AJ Allmendinger really just dominating that first stage. Larson and Gibbs had some issues, so they had to go to the back to start the race. They drove through pretty quickly. Gibbs was up to, I think, about eighth, and he had a track limit penalty through the S's. So I had to go back, start from the back again. But he made his way through to the front pretty quickly. Uh, you had the first stage, they all pit, and once again, you had those four at the front battling it out. But again, Allmendinger, Van Gisbergen, really far ahead. You move to later in the race. Again, similar thing happens with the stage ending. Van Gisbergen struggling a little bit with the shifting, coming out of the pits. Probably not really the shifting he's used to, because again, the Xfinity cars have the H pattern shifting compared to the sequential shifting, which is what he's more used to with the V8 supercars and with the Cup car that he's raced in NASCAR. That's pretty much what he's raced for the most part. I think he's maybe had one or two more races now with the H pattern, but again, he's more used to the sequential. So what he's raced in most of his racing career has been with that. So something he's a little more comfortable with, so it's going to take a little bit to get used to that. But again, you don't want him to get too used to it if he's going to go to Cup racing. But again, either way, that's what he's been doing, racing with that for quite a while. So he struggled a little bit coming out of the pits, but for the most part, he was right there. Towards the end of the race, he had the best car. Allmendinger second. Larson was third. And Gibbs was fourth, a little bit further behind. You go to the end of the race. Allmendinger got a penalty for track limits, so that really, really hurt him because there was a caution right after. And I believe there's about 2 laps to go. And you have some pushing and shoving at the top of the hill. Van Gisbergen gets away, gets the lead. Looks like he's going to win the race. Another caution, another overtime restart. Austin Hill just shoves him deep in the restart. Van Gisbergen's clearly heated about it. And I mean, it's Austin Hill. Let's be fair. Who wants to race Austin Hill? Nobody. Nobody likes Austin Hill. So, you have your issues between them. And, Austin Hill got away a little bit from Van Gisbergen, but towards the end, last few corners, Van Gisbergen's not going to let that happen. So pushed him out the way. Went a little too deep in the corner, though, trying to push him. He hasn't. I think he struggled a little with the Xfinity car, trying to push him out the way, the right maneuver. But again, right there, and battling for the win. Kyle Larson sneaks through. He steals the win. And gets the win for Hendrick Motorsports with their Xfinity car, with the 17 car. So it's a very special win for them, of course. They've been trying to get the win with that number. That was a special number. That was Ricky Hendrick's number. So that was a special number for the team. That was the one race that he won in NASCAR, was with the number 17. So they've been running it, wanting to win with that number. So cool to see them get that win. Austin Hill called out colleague drivers, which is ironic for the way that they drive, because Austin Hill is one of the drivers who drives the worst. Everybody through people and doesn't give a shit. So for him to call somebody else, kind of funny. But Shane Van Gisbergen got a penalty, so it ended up being 20th. He got a 30-second penalty. Some F1 type shit we're talking about here. Got a 30-second penalty for his little cut within the track limits. Very, very dumb with those penalties. So now we're going to move ahead to the Cup race. And William Byron absolutely dominated that race. He pretty much had it under control from the start. Christopher Bell looked good. Ty Gibbs looked good, but it was William Byron. He had that thing from the start. I mean, whatever strategies were thrown at him, there was no way he was going to lose that race. Everybody going through there. Ty Gibbs made a late push, and so did Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell got up to second. He was able to get by Gibbs late, but didn't have the time to move up to the field any further. Of course, that would have been for the lead. But I think one more lap, Bell could have got to him, but I think he just needed to clear Ty Gibbs a little earlier, and he was struggling with that sliding around. So I think that was the main thing there. But I think one more lap, Bell could have got there. But William Byron won that. He deserved that race. Absolutely killed it. Circuit of the Americas this weekend. So yeah, I mean, throughout that race, there were no cautions. Very surprising, but there were no cautions. It was just the stage caution. So no caution for an incident, we'll say. But yeah, I mean, Ricky Stenhouse yeeted Kamui Kobayashi off the track, spun him out, which isn't the first time he's done that. Josh Berger also spun out Kamui Kobayashi as well. Interesting there. Christopher Bell hit Kyle Busch, spun him around. Kyle Busch was mad about it. Didn't really see that as a big incident, but it's what happens, I guess. Yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward race. I mean, I don't think it was boring. I don't think it was terrible. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it was bad," but I don't think it's bad. I think Circuit of the Americas is a good track. I don't want to see it leave the schedule, that's for sure. So hopefully we'll be back at Circuit of the Americas next year. But yeah, either way, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will be back next week for more racing discussions, racing debrief. We will have Richmond. I don't know if trucks are Richmond. I'm pretty sure Xfinity is, but I don't know about trucks. And then, of course, F1's off. So, yeah, that's that. Make sure you read the article down below. Put a lot of work into that. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on X, it should be on my profile. And then there should be a section that says articles. It'll be right there. So, make sure you check that out if you didn't. But, either way, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.